Good afternoon and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. I am Brian Tumwine Byaruhanga. To our first story, every woman of childbearing age deserves access to quality maternal health care from early antenatal visits to delivery. Now, to highlight this, gynecologist Dr. Hood Ibanda emphasized the importance of antenatal care in reducing maternal and neonatal mortality. Let's have a look at the details.
Every mother deserves the best care from the moment she discovers she is pregnant. Antenatal care, or ANC, is a vital service that helps ensure both mother and the baby stay healthy throughout pregnancy.
Visit a doctor. Why should they come as early as possible? Is that one, the tests that are done in antenatal, for example, the ultrasound scan, will tell whether the pregnancy is growing in the tubes or it's in the uterus, so that an easier treatment for that complicated pregnancy is provided. Then the other thing is that in case there are conditions we detect, let's say she has been having hypertension and she's taking drugs that are not supposed to be used by pregnant women, we stop them early. But also to go back to the ultrasound scan done in those early weeks, it's more accurate than those ones we shall do as she's nearing delivery time, in telling how old is the pregnancy she's carrying, so that in the future, in case we need to deliver her before labor comes, we know the size of the baby we are to get.
Regular antenatal visits also provides vital guidance on nutrition, safe exercise, and preparation for childbirth. They empower expectant mothers to recognize danger signs early and seek timely medical attention.
Tend to vary in terms of how difficult they will be. First and third, they tend to be challenging. Second trimester tends to be pretty quiet, where the woman is just gaining weight, has now gotten used to the changes of pregnancy. So unless hypertension and diabetes of about 20 weeks have come in most cases the pregnancy goes on smoothly.
Experts say that timely and consistent maternal care significantly reduces maternal and neonatal mortality rates. For expectant mothers, antenatal care remains a simple but critical step towards ensuring a healthier future for mothers and children. From improved maternal health and reduced risks during delivery to better newborn outcomes, antenatal care is a lifeline that benefits the entire family, and men are advised to support their women through the process.
Encourage your partners to come along so that we, one, educate you and them as to what's going on in you, the changes, so that as the changes are coming, the partner is kind of aware that, oh, they told me in third trimester the appetite will be this, in first trimester it will be that.
By embracing these services, households contribute to healthier pregnancies, safe births, and stronger communities. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
Thank you, Zahara, for that. Now, residents of Koboko district have been urged to embrace tree growing both as a commercial venture and as a measure to protect the environment. Now, Catholic Relief Services, a non-government organization in Uganda, has partnered with government agencies to support the restoration of the first depleting forest cover on Mountain Lira Central Forest Reserve in Koboko district. Let's take a look.
With Uganda's population expanding, pressure on natural resources has intensified, leading to widespread forest degradation. 77-year-old Haj Abdullahi Yusuf Banya, a farmer on the slopes of Mountain Liru in Lwebule sub-county, is among those who have taken up commercial tree growing. Banya says he was inspired by the success of his 1980s banana plantation, which provided significant income and encouraged him to venture into tree planting.
1987, I planted banana, maize, cassava. From that base, I started planting fruits.
He adds that he has received multiple trainings in forestry and environmental management, including support from the Catholic Relief Services.
Why am I planting trees? Because we got from the seminars that we need to protect the environment. This is number one. Because when I entered here, trees were cut. The place was open. I started planting trees for timber. I have over 60 mango trees, both grafted and local. I have coffee, over 800 fruits. I have avocado, over 60, brotherhood, etc., even cocoa.
Koboko District Forestry Officer Philbert Ojia notes that forest depletion remains a serious concern in the district, calling for stronger multi-stakeholder involvement to regenerate degraded landscapes.
The forest which is under private land, they are the most degraded. Actually, about 98% of the population rely entirely on firewood and charcoal for energy. I'm so impressed about him. He's one other farmer who has always followed our instructions. I'm also happy to say that many of the farmers in this catchment have learnt a lot from him.
Banya now earns millions of shillings from fruit and timber tree species cultivated on his land. Joseph Ebinu, program manager at the Catholic Relief Services, says the organization aims to restore hectares of forest cover across Uganda within 2 years through community-based tree planting initiatives.
Now, when we roll down now to the project which is funded by World Bank through the Ministry of Water and Environment. Now, in this forest IFPA-CD project, we are targeting the households because the project is implementing agroforestry in the household plots. This project works in, I would say, 3 regions. We have it in Western Uganda, we have in West Nile here, then we have in northern, in Acholi sub-region. The overall target which we are looking at is one, restoration of the land, and we are looking at 17,550 hectares of land that has to be restored. Participants that should benefit from the project are up to 87,782. We already have 13,922 hectares of land that has been dedicated for this project across these 19 districts that are there, and we are going ahead to do the enrollment.
Data from the Ministry of Water and Environment shows Uganda loses over 120,000 hectares of forest cover annually, driven largely by charcoal burning, firewood collection, and agricultural expansion.
Thank you, Ngabo, for that. Now, Parliament has tasked government to respect the rule of law following the abduction and detention of Father Reverend Deusdedit Sekabira. Now, legislators warned that human rights violations are becoming increasingly common. Let's take a look from what happened in Parliament yesterday.
The assistant parish priest of Bumanji Parish in Kalangala district was reportedly abducted from his office in Masaka City.
Lawful custody presupposes, 1, that somebody is held in a gazetted detention facility. A facility that can be accessed by lawyers, loved ones, doctors, where the need arises, to be able to access this person. As we speak today, right now, speaker, it's 2 weeks since this man was abducted. The army has considered finally that they have him. But holding him where?
What I'm seeking from the Attorney General is going back to the grand norms of the country. But there are procedures of arresting somebody. This is a priest who is running the parish and is known where his place of work is known. But business of arresting and holding him incommunicado is not proper.
His whereabouts remained unknown until the UPDF confirmed he was in military detention over alleged subversive activities. During a plenary session, MPs led by opposition leader Joel Senyonyi demanded that the priest be produced in court if he has a case to answer, rather than being held incommunicado.
Why has he not been produced in court? Because the law, which was passed in this house, talks about 48 hours for which you can hold somebody in a gazetted facility. After 48 hours, you have 2 options: release him or produce him in court. Why has he not been produced in court?
Because somebody has not run away. He's around, summon him, let him appear before court, then you can detain him. But up to now, the priest is not yet produced before courts of law. And evidently, that document revealed that they are clearly violations of the Constitution. The 48-hour rule, the irregular arrest, the
Irregular detention is very obvious.
Attorney General Chiwa Chiwanuka said investigations are ongoing and any lawful conduct by security personnel will be addressed.
The PDF did state that they have this person in custody, and we are following up, like the Speaker said, to ensure that it's presented in court as fast as possible. And I cannot tell you who now, because I do not know who carried out these activities. But anyone who is found to have violated the law will be sanctioned.
MPs also raised concerns over biometric voter verification kits affecting voting rights.
The concern about that is, so what happens in areas where there will be network issues, where there will be failures of these kits to operate, electricity and so on and so forth. We have had that challenge, so let's be alive to that reality. We're going to have a crisis.
So when we are telling you, and you must encourage everyone not to stay at the polling station after voting. If you want, when you finish voting, you leave the polling station 20 meters an hour.
Rebecca Natongo, Dan Lugemwa at Parliament.
Rebecca Nantongo and Dan for that. Now, as digital platforms continue to expand, concerns over data privacy and cybersecurity are taking center stage. The National Information Technology Authority, Uganda, has engaged key stakeholders to discuss the best practices in data protection, with experts urging responsible data handling and increased public awareness, while highlighting the role of communication in safeguarding personal information. Ivan Kahwa reports.
The National Information Technology Authority, Uganda, has conducted a stakeholder engagement on cybersecurity, data protection, and privacy. The engagement aimed at equipping communicators to safeguard data. Communicators, including members of the media, were identified as key players in sensitizing the public about their rights to protect, share, or restrict access to personal data.
The biggest challenge we have met is how to get the message across the board. Most of the communication has been obviously on digital platforms, but we saw it important to engage you, because with your platforms that you sit on, you have a bigger base.
So facts inform, stories transform. You can give someone a fact, but because we need the message to hit home, we will use some stories, some scenarios to help you make sense of these things. So as communicators, I think the storytelling approach helps drive this message home much easily.
Cybersecurity experts highlighted the growing risks in the digital space and the need for institutions to adopt strong data privacy policies.
While everyone else was trained and everything is in place to protect people's information, if you're not well versed with these principles and how to go about people's personal data, you're causing trouble to the entire organization.
Stakeholders were informed about the rights individuals have over their personal information, including the right to rectification, restrictions on data processing for personal marketing.
First things first, get the policy in place if you don't have one, that is it. And then if you don't know how to go about it, the DPR has been here, they've given guidelines on how they can support for you to have that policy in place, and then also regular reporting on your data protection processes and procedures, because the law requires you to do that you have your certificates renewed, so you have to report any acts that relate to data that could have occurred during the particular period.
Concerns were raised about institutions that operate without clear legal framework on data privacy and protection.
Your reputation as an organization is going to tank overnight. If it's out there in the news that, you know what, these people don't handle people's records properly, your reputation is damaged. Then there are also fines of up to 2% of your annual gross turnover. Then the particular individual that necessitated or facilitated the breach of the law can also be imprisoned for up to 10 years.
And if you think about what damage it can do to a country, it's important that we take it upon ourselves to be deliberate about communicating why this is important, both for people who are key stakeholders.
Participants were urged to protect their personal data by using strong passwords, being cautious online, and understanding data protection laws.
That story there by Gorola Moses. Now, UBC Lunchtime News takes a very short break, but we shall do return with more stories.
The program has met our expectations in that it has been able to give us business.
They gave us a contract where we did a renovation at their head office.
MTN trained us in their procurement process and also the IT technology.
I was struggling with managing the finances of the company. So when I went for that training, I was able to improve in financial literacy and management.
Are you a female entrepreneur looking to do business with MTN? Log on to www.mtn.co.ug/AWE. Together, our progress is unstoppable.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hdo.com or call 0800 335555.
Blue Christmas is here. Spread the festive cheer all December with great deals right here. Shop online with Market by Momo. We deliver. Log on to market.momo.africa. Use the MyMTN app or the new Momo app to register and shop online. Market by Momo is from MTN and powered by MasterCard.
From that short commercial break, now UBC Lunchtime News continues. Uganda's leading business figures convened in Kololo for an exclusive invitation-only John Walker Blue Club year-end experience hosted by businessman Bob Kabonero. Let's take a look.
The gathering marked the final Blue Club engagement of 2025, bringing together captains of industry, diplomats and opinion shapers to reflect on leadership, partnerships and shared success. Guests participated in a carefully curated social program highlighted by live performances from the Black Roots Band and guided whiskey mentorship sessions focused on heritage and craftsmanship.
Tonight, we're really glad that we have a community of Blue Club members. How you join the Blue Club is really simple. All you have to do is pay $1,500. It gets you a case of Blue Label, and you get to be part of this prestigious community.
The event also showcased select Johnny Walker special releases, underscoring themes of excellency, legacy, and global standards in business. Organizers say the Blue Club platform continues to elevate Uganda's business community by fostering high-level networking and international outlooks.
One of those events where we take an opportunity to have exclusive members of the Blue Label Blue Club join fellow members and do networking. When you join the Blue Club, there are a number of things which you have. One of them is we give you access to the Formula One. And we have in the past taken a few people to join the Formula One races.
From business elites now, let's talk aviation. The Uganda Civil Aviation Authority has appealed to government for 900 billion shillings in funding to revamp and modernize the country's aviation infrastructure. Among priority projects is the construction of Kidepo International Airport to boost tourism, completion of Kabale International Airport in Hoima to support oil and gas and develop Arua Regional International Airport, with the first phase projected to cost 529 billion shillings. Now, the authority has further called for regulatory reforms, seeking a review of its institutional role to enhance independence, strengthen oversight and align operations with the international best practices. Let's take a look.
The Deputy Mayor of Entebbe Municipal Council is here as well. A round of applause.
Much of the developments we have in our airport facilities are generated from the funds are generated from the money we get on our airport, mainly Entebbe International Airport. But that money is not enough to build other airports. So the maintenance that we do, upgrades that we do, we are really scratching so much from the revenues that are generated from one airport, which should actually be invested back in that airport in ordinary times. But because we want the other airports also to keep the standards of aviation, we have to come in. So we call upon the government. Yes, it is funding maintenance of some of those airports in a normal way, really. But major infrastructure developments need bigger budgets than we so far have.
So accident investigation was separated in 2022. So now you need to know who is managing it. Staff contingency. Is it one-man show? Is it 3 people? One is the leader, one are team players. Who is managing it? The law must set everything clear and make this unit very independent. Because when an accident happens, everyone is trying to jump out of liability. I'm not the one. And so if the accident investigation unit is not independent, it can give false investigation reports because of influence.
That aviation story does wrap up the UBC Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for giving us time and watching. Now, President Yoweri Museveni will later on campaign in both Kasanda as he continues his campaign rallies throughout the country. I have been Brian Tumwine Byaruhanga. God bless Uganda.